Hello, today we're going to see how to create a mobile application or application. Hello, today we're going to see how to create an application from web services in AuraPlayer's framework. So first, we're looking at the three services that we've recorded. We pre-recorded the web service that's login into the Oracle form system, a web service that get all customers, and a web service of get customer details. We can look at any one of them, every one of them specifically. For example, login receives username and password and returns a response. Nothing if it was successful, and if the login failed, we're going to see an error. You're not authorized. And if we're going to look at the other services, get all customers would return, again, they accept username and password and return the list of all customers with their details, all the details of all the customers. And if we're going to look at get customer details receives specific customer ID, and the output would be the customer details and all the orders of that customer. Okay, so the first step with those web services, I have to define what's success measurement and what's the fail. For example, in the login, we saw that when the status bar message is not empty, then the web service fail. And how do we know that it fails? How our server would know, how the application would know that it fails, because it's going to state error message and a status that it failed. In addition, we can set the response status bar, HTTP status ID to be other than 200. We can say, okay, return 401 in case that the web service fails. Okay, so let's update the service, and we can test it and see that it's going to return the 401 error. Okay, service execution 401 unauthorized. Okay, and we can see here that the success is false because the web service failed, and the error message that we got, that status bar message output, has a non-empty value, and that's what we defined in the web service. Okay, in the validation of the web service. Okay, so let's go to the application. When we go to the application wizard, we'll click on new application, and we're going to name it. Let's name it customers, and we're going to choose what services are we going to use for this application. In this case, we're going to use all those three services. We'll click on select and next. The next phase would be to select the theme. We want it to be a green, gold, purple. Let's select green. We can select a logo to our application. We can upload the logo, and now we have to create the pages. At any point of the application creation, and even after, we can add pages to the application. But let's start by doing those pages. The first page would be login. The second page would be all the customers, so let's call it customers list. The list of all the customers, and when you click on one of the customers, you get to the customer details. And when you click on the customer details, you're going to get to the customer orders. So that would be our 4 pages. Of course, we can add some more pages. We can add more pages to the flow, etc. But let's keep it that in that stage, in this stage. Now I'm going to define all the actions and all the fields that are going to be in every one of those pages. For example, now we're at page login. We can select the title would be login. The fields in this page would be fields from the web service login. That would be username and password. and we're not going to have any table or list in this page. And as you can see, we can choose the type of any one of those fields. Okay, we can choose the type of the field, if it's a checklist, it's a list of values, etc. In this case, we have text and password, and we can change the location of the fields. How would they appear on the HTML? Now we're going to click on next, and we're going to add actions to the page. So now I'm going to add on button click. I'm going to add button. The button name is going to be login title, and those are the actions that I'm going to do on the button click. I can execute service, I can navigate to a page, or I can call a custom function, custom JavaScript function that I can write later on. In this case, we want to execute a service. The service that we want to execute is a login. In case of a success, I want to navigate to the next page. In this case, to navigate to the customer list page. In case of failure, I want to display not the errors that I got from the server. I want to display a pop-up message saying login failed, please retry. Okay, that would be my actions. Now I'm going to click to confirm this page, and we move to the next page, customer list. We can see a checkbox next to the login, which means that this page was already confirmed and done. Now the same thing in customers list, I can edit the title and add space here, customers list. Fields, in this page we're going to have only list view. So I'm going to choose list view, and in customer details, let's go to all customers. I want to show only the name and ID from the output parameters. I don't want to see all the details. I want to have only the name and ID, and when you click on one of those fields, I'm going to see the full details of that customer. Okay, and now I can see it either in a table or in a list view. So let's set it as a list. Next, we got to the actions of the page. We have to call the web service. When are we going to call it? On the onload. So onload, I want to call a web service. That's the get all customers. Okay, that's enough. And another thing I want to add, when you click on a table item on a list view, I want to perform action, and in this case I just want to navigate to the next page. The next page would be customer details. Okay, let's go confirm this page and continue. Now we have the customer details page. In the customer details page, I would like to show the customer details. Simple as that, and it's from the same web service. I don't need to call a new web service because all the data already appeared in the previous web service. When you call customer details, you get the full details. So now I just need to show all the details of the selected customer. And we don't have a table here. I don't want to show all the orders. The orders would be shown on the next page. And let's click next. And actions. I want to add two buttons. One button would be orders. I want to go to the next page of the orders. Navigate to page. That would be the orders page. The next button that I want to add would be back. So I'm not going to call web service. I'm going to navigate back to the previous page, to the customers list. Okay. Confirm. Again, let's see. We have 3 pages confirmed and done. We got to the orders page. In the orders page, I would like to show a table of the customer details of all the orders. So let's go to customer details, and this in this web service in this menu, we'll see only the fields that will appear as a table, as a list. So from the customer details, we should see only the customer orders. So let's select that, all the orders, and we want to see it as a table. Let's change here the name, and let's make it last. Okay, let's click next, and actions. Again, we didn't call the web service, so let's call the web service with get customer details. Now another button I want to add is back button, and in this case let's move back to the customers list. Okay, confirm page and create application. Now we have the application done. We can see the owner application is customers. Let's click on the login page and see, okay, we have here username, password. We had default values, so they are here. We can delete them from the application. Let's click on login. We get a message, login failed, please retry. Let's delete that, and we get to the customers list page. We can see here, by the way, the logo, and we can see the title. You can see all the customers in the list that we received from the web service. Let's click on one of the customers. We see all the details, customer details, and again we have the button back and the button orders. Let's click on orders, and we get all the orders of that customer.